And we back, y'all. Listen, I don't want y'all commenting at me in the comment section because today we're doing something I told y'all not to do, and that's overreacting. 2 days ago, or maybe 3 days ago, I made a video telling y'all do not overreact to the first couple games, the first couple weeks of the NBA season. And honestly, I still stick by that. But for the sake of this video, we're overreacting. Some teams have played 1 game, some teams have played 2, but nonetheless, we've seen every NBA team play so far. So I tweeted, let me hear your overreactions to your favorite team after a few games. And y'all came in clutch, and in today's video, we're going to be reading some of your overreactions and talking about it. Go Brooks says, we lost by 8 without our best player, OKC 2019 champs. Obviously, this was before last night's game, where they lost to the Clippers by a decent amount. So, yeah, very big of an overreaction. But listen, Paul George, all right, 2 games in. Everything I say in this video, again, is an overreaction. So, again, everything can change. But through two games, Paul George don't look that good. I think he's averaging 27 points. So it's weird to say he's not looking that good. But he's shooting like 33% from the field, 30% from the three-point line, and like 74% from the free throw line. He's usually like an 85% free throw shooter. He is, through 2 games, he struggled to put that ball in the basket. And I'm watching him play. And I'm like, did Paul George forget how to be the #1 option? Think about the Indiana Pacer days. He was that guy for them. And he led them to some pretty good records, some pretty good series against some pretty good Miami Heat teams. He was that guy. He had nice complimentary pieces in David West, Roy Hibbert before he fell off the face of the planet, Lance Stevenson, George Hill. But the guy you gave the ball to give you the buckets was Paul George. And now, with Russell Westbrook being out, I was expecting we seeing that same Paul George. No, we have not seen that same Paul George so far through 2 games. And I don't know what it is. His shot selection has been trash. It has been trash. Again, it's going to pick up. Trust me, it will pick up. But through 2 games, I'm like, PG, what's the matter? First game of the season against the Golden State Warriors, that team looked nice. Again, PG didn't shoot the ball well, but Dennis Schroeder, Dennis the Menace, picked him up, had a great game. They end up losing because they were going against the Warriors, and everybody loses against the Warriors. But then game number 2 against the Clippers, a game they probably should win, even though the Clippers are not like no bad team or nothing. They probably should have won last game. They struggled. He struggled. So, not 2019 champs. PG, he's going to get it together, but just through 2 games, he's been struggling. Sam says, Jetty Osman, front runner for most improved player. Again, it's Jetty, not Shetty. I Googled it. It says Jetty, all right? So that's how we pronounce it. Jetty's been balling. Jetty, I said this on my podcast, which will be dropping tomorrow. Go watch that. Jetty Osman is playing LeBron's role. Obviously not as talented, not nearly as talented as LeBron, or gifted as LeBron, or as good as LeBron, but he's playing that point forward. Jetty had like 8 assists in game 1 and 8 assists in game 2, and also shot the ball pretty well. People have been high on Jetty Osman for a minute now, and now the world is finally seeing that. But Maria right under him says, somebody named Caris LeVert exists. Caris LeVert has been balling. He's averaging 27. My God. See, this is what I love about the early stages of the season. Some people are getting love that may not have got love throughout the regular season because through 2 games, Caris LeVert is balling. But we see in periods of time for Caris LeVert where he's been this good. But since the beginning of the season, we look at his statistics and we're like, wow, he's averaging 27 through 2 games. That's pretty good. And then guy under him said Nico Mirotic. Nico's behind me right now because he is my player of the week. Obviously, if we get rid of the superstars and stuff. Nico, what does he put up? 38 against the Kings. Something similar against the Rockets. This is who Nico Mirotic is. What I mean by that, not that he's going to average 30, but he's one of the more streakiest shooters I've ever seen. But not even just streaky in a singular game. Like J.R. Smith is a streaky shooter. You know what I mean? He'll make 3 shots in a row, then he'll miss 7. Then he'll make 7 in a row, then miss 3. When I say streaky shooter for Nico Mirotic, I mean like he'll go 7 games, will be getting hot. And then he'll go 7 games, will be an average. And I guess he started off on that hot streak. And that team, that Pelicans team, I may make a whole video about the Pelicans very, very soon. That is my favorite team to watch through 2 games so far. But again, overreactions. I love this part of the season because players that may not normally get love, like Caris LeVert, like Jetty Osman, or Nico Mirotic, are getting all the love in the world because people that may not be watching the NBA halfway through the season, like us, are watching because it's the beginning of the season. So they get to see Caris. Maybe they're not actually watching Caris LeVert because he plays for the Nets. But just know we watching Caris LeVert and he's balling. Same thing with Jetty. Same thing with Nico, baby. Cameron, I don't feel pain anymore, says Zach LaVine averaging 30. It just so happened And I got my number 8 jersey right here because I just took pictures for Instagram. If you don't follow me on the gram, you tripping. He not averaging 30, obviously overreaction, but we've known Zach LaVine to be good offensively. That is a fact. And the first game of the season against the 76ers, we saw that. Came out guns blazing. We had 2 players for us ball out. Bobby Portis and Zach LaVine. That game, the third best player for us that night was Ryan Arcidiacono. And if you don't know that name, that is completely okay because he was a G League player last year. He made the roster. And he was our third best player in the season opener. See, that's the main reason why I was like, man, the Bulls team that y'all think may be making the 8th seed, I just still don't see it. We don't defend. We just don't. Nobody at all. Our best defender, Chris Dunn, didn't even play that night. So we got destroyed. But in a good way. Because we saw good things from the players we care about. We saw good things from Zach. We saw good things from Bobby. We saw good things from Wendell. We didn't have a great game, but we saw good things. Didn't see good things from Jabari Parker. But who cares, right? Spooky NBA MVP Giannis Greek Freak Antetokounmpo says best team in the East. No, not that. But they're definitely they're my 3 seed. I said that coming into the season, and we saw that through the first few games of this year. This team is going to be very, very good because they have a coach. Jason Kidd was solid for them for a few years. I don't know what exactly happened for him to get fired, but regardless, he got fired. And they bring in, I think it was Jay Triano, or maybe Jay Triano was a coach of the Suns. That lets you know how bad of a coach he was. I don't even remember the man's name. He comes to Milwaukee and he's trash. And now they have a coach in Mike Budenholzer, who's one of the best in the league, actually running plays, not just running plays, but running plays that fits what that team has. He's running plays that fits Giannis. He's running plays that fits Chris Middleton and all the other guys. That matters a bunch in the NBA. And not to mention that Giannis is taking threes with confidence. He may not be making them all, but he's taking threes with confidence. And that's what we love. Marcus says, well, Melo has already ruined my Rockets, apparently. Obviously, he's overreacting. He's joking. But I actually saw people on Twitter blaming Melo for this loss. Melo joins the team, they forget how to shoot. Melo joins the team, they forget how to defend. It's funny. Obviously, it's not all on Melo's shoulder. It was a team collective L that they caught. But tonight, they play against the Lakers. Who knows how that game is going to go? But it's super funny how the world switched up on Melo very fast. Very, very fast. Me included. I wouldn't go this far to say that the whole loss was on him. But I also, my opinion of Melo has changed over the past couple years. But some people have got to the point where they're thinking that Melo's like a bum. He's not a bum. He's not a bum. He's not a star no more. May not be that good of a starter anymore, but he ain't no bum. But I just thought this was funny because some people legitimately believe that. Not Marcus, but some people do. Alex says the Celtics have to start taking better shots. That's not an overreaction. That is just an observation, my guy. And you're right, they do. One thing I noticed is it feels like Jaylen Brown is being wasted right now through 2 games. He's just sitting there. Let Jaylen Brown create, man. For my fantasy team's sake, let him do more. He's literally just putting up a couple shots a game. He's not getting many rebounds. He's not passing the ball. He's kind of just sitting in the corner. And I need more from him. Not just as a fantasy owner. I was joking about that. But just more for his development's sake. But that's kind of what happens when you have so many good players on your roster. Some people are going to have to take the back seat. And maybe it's just Jaylen Brown. Missoula St. Louis says Joe Ingles for MVP. A lot of people, and I say a lot of people laughed at Joe Ingles. Because Joe Ingles says, I'm the best shooter in the league. So a lot of people laughed at him. Me included. Because, Joe, listen, you're probably top 5. But you ain't number 1. We got the greatest shooter of all time in the league still. So you're not number 1. But you're probably top 5. You know? And we saw that. He balled on the Warriors. They did lose. Because, it's the Warriors. They gonna find a way. Is Jonas Jerebko the one to do it? They're gonna find a way. But he balled. Joe Ingles is one of those guys that I really like because he doesn't rely on athleticism at all. He's definitely one of the least athletic players. Like, I'll be thinking about him, Nikola Jokic, I guess Kevin Love, kinda. There are players in the league that don't have much athleticism but make it work based off this. Based on that IQ. Joe Ingles should not be able to guard some of the players he guards, but he plays it smart. He shouldn't be beating certain players off the dribble, but He plays it smart. You know, so if you're one of those guys that you know that you're not going to have the leaps of some of the other guys, you're not going to be as fast as some of the greatest, be smart and knock down a lot of shots. Because those are the two things that Joe Ingles does to be good. So do those things and you can potentially make it. But you have to be over 6 foot. Because if you're not athletic and under 6 foot, my guy, you're going to struggle to make the league. Because you're already disadvantaged by not being 6 foot or higher. But if you're not athletic on top of that, might be a GG. You may have to turn that in your dream into this. Like me. You know? I turn my hoop dreams into hoop talking dreams. And I kind of live in it. So cool. And I think that's where we're going to end it off, guys. We got over 250 responses, 275 to be exact, as I'm recording this video, and they keep coming in every minute. So I got to some of the ones I thought was cool. Shout out to everybody that participated. If you don't follow me on Twitter, if you do, you can participate in stuff like this and potentially make videos. Also follow the gram. Listen to the podcast when it drops tomorrow morning. That's it. Thank y'all so much. This has been Kenny. I'll be back tomorrow. Potentially. Sundays are for football usually, so maybe I won't upload tomorrow, but just know we'll be back very soon. Peace.